Yes, the transmission from the big outbreak, which affected more than 28,000 people in West Africa, is over. That said, we have seen periodically smaller outbreaks in each of the three countries, which have been stopped quite quickly by the Ministry of Health with a very good response. And yes, it's possible that another big outbreak could happen in West Africa. That said, I think the likelihood of it happening is much less given the experience that the Ministries of Health have had and the communities have had in their response to Ebola. I think it's much more likely that a big outbreak like this would happen in a different country that has not yet had experience responding to an Ebola outbreak. Yeah, there are plenty of long-term impacts in all of the three countries, from economic impact to schools closing, to medical schools closing for an extended period of time. When you look at Liberia, for example, before the outbreak, they only had 50 doctors. And then for 1 or 2 years, there's been no doctors who have graduated and other doctors who have died during the outbreak. Clinics have shut down, routine healthcare had shut down, so HIV testing, TB program, routine immunization for children. And now we're seeing in Monrovia, you see measles cases, just because there was no routine vaccination during this time. We're also seeing the psychological impact on the population, on communities. We're seeing PTSD and depression, and it makes sense. You have one woman, and she lost many of her siblings, her husband, and now she's there. She's taking care of 20 kids from her family. MSF was one of the biggest actors in this response to the Ebola outbreak in West Africa in all three countries. Especially in the beginning, we were one of the only actors helping to support the Ministry of Health. We treated over 5,000 patients, half of which survived. It was quite a difficult time and something that we had never seen before, so MSF, we also learned quite a lot. Now what we're doing is we're trying to create a new guideline for hemorrhagic fever for us as MSF in the future, and also for other actors that can use, and we can learn from these lessons. We're also working quite strongly to help find a vaccine, implementing clinical trials for one vaccine to see if this will work whenever we have the opportunity with different ministries of health in different countries. We also have 3 survivor clinics, one in every country. And these were put in place because we were seeing that Ebola survivors, they have symptoms that continue after they're cured. Namely eye problems, generalized body pain, joint pain, aches and pains, as well as psychological problems. These clinics will end by the end of 2016, and the survivors will be reintegrated into the normal healthcare system. And MSF is really there to support the Ministry of Health, to provide these services and to reboot their healthcare system so that people have confidence again to come to the healthcare centers and to get the care that they need.